on the Blue Raider Network. Welcome to Rick and Sell Live, presented by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Our coverage is also brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Lady Raiders, Dick Palmer.
And thank you very much. It's a Monday night in Murfreesboro. That means it's time for Rick Hensel Live. We're coming to you from the Boulevard, right across from the campus of Middle Tennessee State University. Boulevard Bar and Grill, our favorite sports bar. And we invite you to come and be with us anytime live for the show. Another great crowd here tonight, Coach.
Another packed house. Great.
Well, we've got some interesting headlines for you. I want to tell you first, though, that we've got cards on your table. You know what they're for. If you got any questions for the coach, fill them out, send them up here. Carson right here will come by and pick them up if you'll hold your hand up. So I've already got one in the book here. And we will get to those questions a little bit later in the show. We've also got two guests for you tonight. Robert will be talking with Anastasia Boldreva and Courtney Whitson. Two of our outstanding players will be here tonight, both starters, and we look forward to hearing them. And I know you folks love our players, and you'll look forward to hearing them too.
Our players love them.
Yeah.
They're invested in our community. The community's invested in our players.
All right, let's go look at some headlines from the Murfreesboro Post. Murfreesboro's outstanding local newspaper. Subscriptions are just $20 a year, and that's for 52 issues. You can go online at murfreesboropost.com and subscribe. You can also get the Post online. All right, the first headline is about our senior guard, Savannah Wheeler, and I got a lot to say about her. She won for the third time this season, Conference USA Player of the Week. And why not? She had a decent week, 57 points, 11 rebounds, 4 steals, 5 assists. That'd be about a month's worth for some players, but Savannah accomplished that in just 2 games against a couple of pretty good teams, Western Kentucky and UAB. She tied the most points for a player in Conference USA in a single game this season. It was her single game high in a conference game. Now, she had a 40-point game at Marshall, but that was against a non-conference opponent. So 37 is her high as a Lady Raider and against a conference opponent. And she came back after 37 points against Western Kentucky with 20 and 9 rebounds. Almost had a double-double Saturday against UAB. So that is Savannah Wheeler's stats for the week.
I think what our players will tell you more than anything, including Savannah, if it wasn't for the team, then that wouldn't have been possible. And I think Savannah will tell you that also. So, she's got a good group around her. She did a great job for us both days.
And with Courtney Whitson out, it really meant a lot. And I told her after the game, I said, "You look like you were playing with a mission tonight." And she said I was.
Well, we haven't got into the Western game yet, but I think they left the dressing room Thursday night. I don't know that I've ever seen a team, not an individual, a team that was more intense and more focused than that team going out to play Western. And after they hit all those threes early, I thought, goodness gracious, I mean, they were shooting one right after another going in. I think maybe they hit 9 or 10 in a row. And then we just kept battling. I don't think Western thought we would hit back. I think they thought we're going to hit you, and then I don't think they thought we'd hit back. We not only hit back, but we took the lead by halftime, I believe, and never relinquished the lead.
That's
so
right.
I was so proud of all of our players because they were ready. I thought Matt did a great job getting them ready. We had 3 days before, and we were intense and focused. Nina and Kim and Tom Hodges was right in there on top of it all. I don't know that I've ever seen our staff work as hard as they worked coming off those 2 losses. So, and I saw that same attitude this morning when I came in. All of our staff was there, and they were going at it. We had players on the floor that were shooting Exeter. I saw Jalen Gregory there. I saw Savannah there. I saw Ksenia in there. So that's what you got to have. Right now, this is the time of the year you can't let up. You got to keep the pedal to the metal.
Well, that's one of the reasons why this team has won 12 straight at home and is undefeated at home, and were undefeated in regular season games at home last year. In fact, they have won 29 consecutive regular season games in a row at the Murphy Center. That's a pretty good mark, wouldn't you say?
That's pretty good. Pretty good, Dick.
So that, by the way, is second in the nation as far as regular season consecutive wins on your home court. You know who's first?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. And nobody's beaten them.
Well, I think if you look at a lot of the stats, NCAA stats, you'll see that we're in a lot of categories, and we're not down at the bottom around 290 or 360. We're up in the top 20, 50 in all those categories. Middle Tennessee is. So I've said this before, we may not be, I can tell you right now that we are a Power 5 women's basketball pro, bottom line.
I don't think there's anybody going to deny that.
I can only speak for women's basketball.
The win on Saturday was the Raiders' 20th of the season. Middle Tennessee has now won 20 games or more in 4 of the last 5 years, and the one year we didn't, that was the COVID year when we had all those games canceled. And overall, this is the 48th season of women's basketball. The Raiders have won 20 or more games in 29 of 48 seasons.
Well, that's like I said, we're a Power 5 basketball program.
And this man has guided them to 16 20-win seasons in his 18 years. We'll take a break on that and come back with more as Rick Insel Live continues on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
For close to a century, doctors and care teams at Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford have been dedicated to delivering compassionate, personalized care to Rutherford County and surrounding communities. We are leading the way with new services and healthcare options, and we continue to make significant investments in Rutherford County. In 2023, we're opening Tennessee's first neighborhood hospital at West Lawn, and expansions at our Rutherford Hospital campus are underway. Find all the care you need at ascension.org/St. Thomas Rutherford.
With the Kroger app, shopping online with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in-store. Same low prices, same personalized deals, same rewards on the same high-quality items like Honeycrisp apples and pasta sauce, with no hidden fees or markups. It's one small click for groceries, one big win for busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Put Lee Company on your team to keep you and your family warm this season. Their expert technicians can perform a 22-point inspection and tune-up to ensure your HVAC system is good no matter how cold it gets. Their expert technicians can perform a 22-point inspection and tune-up to ensure your HVAC system is good to go no matter how cold it gets. And while you're at it, ask them how to get endless hot water by installing an energy-efficient tankless water heater. Schedule your appointment today at leecompany.com or give them a call at 615-867-1000. Lee Company, all you need.
You know, I've always wanted to go on a tour of the West Coast. No rush, just take it all in, one view at a time.
We all have things we hope to do someday. At Ascend, we offer great rates and share our profits to help make your someday soon.
Oh, and you better believe I'm renting a convertible.
Ascend Federal Credit Union. Open your account today.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 82 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com. The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into Rick Hensel Live, coming to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill, right here on East Main Street and Middle Tennessee Boulevard. Blue Raider fans, get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town for your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs. Lee Company is the team to call, 867-1000, or online at leecompany.com. Well, the Raiders came off that Texas trip not in a very good mood. And then we have Western Kentucky coming in, and we find out we're going to be without Courtney Whitson. And, things weren't looking all that bright. But as you said, Coach, they came out re-enthused, I guess, on that Monday, getting ready for practice, and they were ready to play.
Well, I think we were embarrassed the way we played in Texas. The coaches were not satisfied. The players were not satisfied. And, I'm sure our fans were not satisfied the way we played. That was not us. And we didn't put the ball in the hole. We didn't play good defense. We didn't rebound the ball. We didn't pass the ball well. I don't know if we did anything well. But we came back, and we went to work on Monday. And really our coaches went to work on Sunday. We came back in on Monday and with the players, and we started putting a game plan together. And then a non-basketball related injury to Courtney, it's kind of like the good Lord challenges you. You say, hey, we're going to win this game. Say, really, you going to win it? How much do you want to win it? And all of a sudden, now Courtney's gone. So you're going to win it? And our players picked it up, stepped up. I thought I couldn't have been more proud of a basketball team. I thought Courtney Blakely did a great job. I thought Savannah did a great job. I could just Anastasia back here, I don't know, she's had a better game this year. I was looking at her stats a minute ago. She had, I think it was 13 points, something like that during that game.
Right.
She went 5 of 6, I believe.
6 rebounds.
And I thought Tamia come in and gave us some. She had 5 rebounds in the first half, 7 for the game. Jalen Gregory shot 2 of them. One of my friends said she shot one of them from the bathroom. And, she can do that. I'm telling you right now, she can shoot the heck out of it.
That was that shot that when the shot clock was
No,
running.
that was Saturday, Dick. We're talking about the Western Kentucky game. Saturday, she threw one up there and it went in. But, they all just picked it up and did what they had to do, Ksenia come in off the bench. Jada Grantham come in off the bench. Tamia came in off the bench. Everybody carried a little bit of the load. And like I told you before, Western Kentucky hit us. I don't think they thought we would hit back. And we did, and we got the lead at halftime. We came back out the second half and just stayed in it.
Yep, they had a good third quarter and cut it down to 3 or 4 points going into the last quarter. It was anybody's ball game going into that last quarter.
Well, I think Savannah Wheeler decided, she's going to put us on her shoulders, and she made a cut. That layup, she made that left-handed layup. It was kind of deafening right there. To be honest with you, it kind of brought them to their knees. And then we got a rebound, come back down. I think Matt called a play that we usually don't call early in the game, and he said, let's run this. And I looked at him. I thought, we ran it, hit a 3, and I looked back at him and said, that's a hell of a call,
Well, the Raiders I went back and counted, Coach. The Raiders this season have had to overcome some injuries. We've been without at least one starter.
10 games.
Yeah, and And Savannah was out 3 games. Alexis was out 2 or 3 games. And now Courtney's been out. And we've won every game.
Well, that's what a team's all about, Dick. As you well know, you've been part of good teams, not only calling games, but you've been on good teams playing. And that's what team's all about. The next man steps up, does a little bit more. The next man steps up, does a little bit more. And the next man steps up. Next thing you know, you got a big win. And you look at it at the end of the year, and that's when you sit down and you think, man, we really were able to put some things together right there, and I hope this team will be able to do that. They're a joy to watch. Now, sometimes they're hard to coach. We got two or three on the team that's more bullheaded than me, and I didn't think that could happen, but it happens. But they're good players and they're good young ladies. They go to class, the 3.7 GPA last semester. Before that, it was a 3.6. So, knock on wood, they're student athletes.
Savannah was very consistent in that win over Western. She had 19 points in the first half, 18 points in the second half, and as you mentioned, in the fourth quarter, she was just unstoppable.
Well,
and they fouled her 12 times.
You got to foul her to stop her. When she gets on those rolls, Saturday against who did we play Saturday? UAB.
See, these games run together on you too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you get to be 72 years old, it's hard to think sometimes. But anyway, we got to struggling a little bit early. We come back out the second half, and when she hit that first shot, that little jumper inside the lane there, I thought to myself, look out, boys. Here she comes. And sure enough, she went on a roll. But, again, you can't take away from the fact they can't leave Gregory out there. They got to belly up on her. You can't leave Ksenia out there. They got to belly up on her. You got to double up on Anastasia down low. If you don't, she's going to get all she wants. Then you go out there and you got Alexis Whittington. You can't leave her alone. I mean, and then you got Courtney Blakely. If you close your eyes, she'll blow by you and lay it up. Right. She's back playing, picking your pocket again. So, we got a good team. And they love each other. They care for each other. And that's what means a lot to me.
I'd hate to be a coach trying to prepare for this team.
I really would. I know what it is. It's tough for us to prepare for other teams. But I've sat down and looked at our team, and I'm thinking, I wonder what the other team's doing. You can't leave this one home. You can't leave. Where are you going to give some help from? So, we just got to keep. We got to keep on, Dick. We got 5 games left, and we've slid right back up where we're ready to go in the top 25 again. And we finish up these 5 games. We got a chance to get in that large bid, improve our seeding in the tournament. And that's what we need to be thinking about now, improving our seeding in the tournament.
Right. Well, not only did we win the game against Western, we swept the season series, and we also out-rebounded them without our leading rebounder, Courtney Whitson, who is, I think, the leading rebounder in the league.
Do you see this tear coming down my cheek?
I know you're sad.
It couldn't have happened to a better bunch. I hope they're by their radios up there,
They've probably heard all of you they want to hear.
Well, I'm not. Hey, we're not through yet. I heard that they were on the message boards. That's good for them. I didn't know they could read and write, but
On that, we'll take a timeout. We're going to take a break here. Rick Hensel Live will continue on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
Hey, basketball fans, this is Coach Insel, and I want to talk some trash. No, not about the game. I want to talk about litter problems on our roadways. Did you know that the Tennessee Department of Transportation spends over $23 million each year just to pick up the litter? There's over 100 million pieces of litter on our roadways at any given time, making our state unsightly and unsafe. Litter harms our highways, our waterways, even our wildlife. So let's do something about it. Don't litter. Remind others not to. And report littering when you see it. We can beat litter, but only if we're on the same team. Join the movement today. Visit NobodyTrashesTennessee.com.
MT Dining is eating made easy. With more than 19 dining locations, you'll never run out of variety on campus. Whether it's Chick-fil-A, Steak and Shake, or Starbucks, we've got the brands you love right here. Need a quick snack or Scantron? Stop by one of the 6 pods on campus. And try out MT Dining's new Farm to Fork experience. Farmers Market now open. Located in the Student Union. Visit mtdining.com for more information. Or visit our office in the Keithley University Center, room 202.
Blue Raider fans, with more local brews than ever before, you are sure to find a local favorite this season in the Blue Raider Beer Garden. Enjoy the thrill of the game at the Blue Raider Beer Garden and try our selection of brews from Cedar Glade Brews, Mayday Brewery, or Life is Brewing. All available for your tasting pleasure in the Blue Raider Beer Garden above Section D in the Murphy Center. Thank you, Cedar Glade Brews, Mayday Brewery, and Life is Brewing for your support of MTSU Athletics.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Hey Blue Raiders fans, the Mint Gaming Hall Kentucky Downs is a proud partner of your Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. For good times and big wins, the Raiders and the Mint Gaming Hall deliver both. Located close by in Franklin, Kentucky, the Mint Gaming Hall is your spot for great food, cold drinks, and big jackpots. Ready for dinner? The all-new Iron Steakhouse awaits you. Come hungry and be prepared to be impressed. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Get your big hit today.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
And welcome back into Rick Edsel Live for Monday night. We're at the Boulevard Bar and Grill, right across from campus here.
God, what a crowd. What a crowd here, all the way back out the front door.
Great crowd. And I want to remind you that at Tri-Green Equipment, they know the value of teamwork. We talked about teamwork. They have the tractor packages, the implements you need. So you can get started. You go online at trygreenequipment.com and score a new John Deere tractor package at a comfortable low monthly payment. The Tri-Green Equipment, a tried and true partner of Middle Tennessee State University. Okay, questions for the coach. Got 2 or 3 up here already. If you have a card filled out, Carson will come pick it up and bring it up here. Coach, Saturday we had UAB coming in, and UAB has in the past, they've been a very tough opponent, not only on their home court, but here. They've won some games here against us.
Randy does a good job. He's always got his team well prepared, well coached, and he's always got some great shooters. And this team's no different. I mean, they've been in every game this year. We knew coming in that they were going to be tough, but and we were tired. I mean, our kids really gave everything they had Thursday night. That was the one thing that worried our coaches, was that we were fatigued. And we put all of them that played in the ice baths, but that can only do so much, Dick. But, I think you saw it a little bit at the end of the first half. You could see that we were a little tired. Even Lex asked to come out. Lex never asked to come out. Savannah Wheeler asked to come out. Very seldom does she ask to come out. So we knew going in that we was going to have to overcome that first. But, after we hit a basket or two, we fired back up, and here you go, So I was real proud of them. That was a big win for us. They had come off of one of their wins. I think they've had 3 or 4 wins, and that they had just won the Thursday night before down at Birmingham.
Right. And 16-13 at the end of the first quarter. We trailed early, came back, took the lead, and then in the second and third quarter, we held them to a total of 14 points combined in those 2 quarters, and the defense really stepped up.
Well, Kim had that scout. You know, all of our coaches have a scout. The FAU scout's Nina's. Matt goes back to FIU. And then Tom Hodges is in there with each of them. So if you wonder what's going on, she's got the scout coming up Saturday. No, she doesn't. Nina does. But Kim had this scout with UAB. Did a great job getting her players ready. She knew exactly what they were going to do. Had their play calls down. We'd already played them once. But we were just concerned about her fatigue. And we was able to overcome that.
The leading 3-point shooter in Conference USA is from UAB, number 1, Margaret Whitley. She's a left-hander, and she had exactly no points on Saturday.
I think she had 2.
She only had she had 2 free throws.
Yeah.
2 free throws.
Well, they count them, Dick.
No.
You know, free throws count.
No field goal,
Yeah.
but you can't defense the free throws. But our defense would not let her have an open look.
Well, I'll tell you who had her. Jalen Gregory had her. You know, everybody looks at Jalen, and, you know, we all are excited when she hits one of those 42-footers. But I tell you what she does. She brings that Macon County grit to our basketball team. And she gets up the line, and she just battles. And she takes a lot of punishment. And she's become one of our better defenders. You know, Alexis Whittington is a great, great defender. I mean, you know, she made the all-defensive team last year. Then you bring Courtney Blakely in, and, you know, she reminds me of one of those flies in the summertime where you're trying to get it away from you, and you just can't get it away. It just keeps coming back around. Well, that's what she is. She gets after you, too. But, and then our kids are very intelligent. All of them are very intelligent. They know the game of basketball. They came from championship programs. So when you're putting a scouting report together, a defensive scouting report, they know how to cut angles. You know, we're not as quick as some of the teams. We haven't got the vertical or the lateral. But I tell you what we do have, we're able to cut those angles because they're pretty smart.
UAB had a freshman guard named DeShields, who has a great athletic background, by the way. Number 0, if you remember her, she's their leading scorer. Courtney Blakely had her. When we played in Birmingham, she held her to 1 field goal, and this game she had 2 field goals.
Well, she had both of them at the end of the 4th quarter, I believe.
Yep.
She shot one out there in Gregory's territory, but, you know, because she couldn't get to the basket. You know, she makes her game getting to the basket, and you're not going to Cab didn't let her get to the basket. If you don't let her get to the basket, it's hard for her to score.
All right, one more question before we take a break. During the second half, you mentioned Gregory, how gritty she is. There was a collision under the basket. The officials didn't know what to call. They went over and looked at the monitor, and they wound up calling 2 fouls on Gregory. And one of the officials came over to our location and said something about UAB had appealed something. I didn't know you could appeal something in basketball.
Well, we were in the arc. And they called a block on
Gregory.
They called a block on them. And then they appealed it, and it came back, and it was a charge. So, you know, there was a couple of times in the game, but overall, we had a pretty good group. You know, all year we've had a pretty good group of officials. Now, every now and then you've got one that maybe steps out of the trace change. But, you know, we didn't have a good group when we went to Texas, I'll tell you that.
You heard him say that now.
What's that?
Nothing. That we've had good officials all year.
Well, I didn't say that. I said we've had a good group. You know, they're going to make mistakes, but they're not going to – what I'm saying is they're not going to intentionally come after one of your players or come after one of your coaches. And, you know, we've had that before.
All right. We'll have Anastasia Voldereva coming up next. Robert's going to talk with her, and we'll be back with more Rick Hensel Live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Hi, we're RJ Young. We offer technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment, and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
Dazzling diamonds, royal rubies, elegant emeralds, and stunning sapphires. Now's the time to discover an exquisite variety of radiant, prize-winning jewels that are set to take your breath away. This gorgeous, one-of-a-kind display won't be found at the finest jewelry stores, but rather at your nearest Tennessee Lottery retailer with Jumbo Bucks Jewels Instant Games. Collect glistening top prizes of up to $300,000 and make every win sparkle. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Winning requires the right game plan. Like the impressive towing and payload you'll only find in the 2023 Ford F-150 truck. No wonder Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. The 2023 Ford F-150. Greatness starts here. Visit your local Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com. Based on 1977 to 2022 calendar year total sales.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Back on Rick and Soul Live from the Boulevard, right off the edge of campus here at Middle Tennessee State University in the heart of Murfreesboro. Back with another one of our player segments where each week you get to meet a couple of our Lady Raiders, and this week a 6'6" sophomore from Moscow, Russia, Anastasia Boldareva, joins us. Excited to have you here alongside us this evening. A warm welcome from the crowd even before she sat down. I said we haven't had that all season, so the fans excited to hear from you tonight. Averaging 7.6 points, 4.0 rebounds per game. Already 478 career points in just 2 years. Well on her way to becoming a member of the 1,000-point club here at MTSU. Last week she had a really impressive 13-point, 6-rebound performance. Added 3 blocks to that against Western Kentucky in the win over the rival to the north. In Anastasia, we talked earlier today. We were talking about the differences between your home country and here, and some of the differences of just your normal life every day. We were talking about a lot of the food. Sometimes it's healthier there. You make some different choices here to help do that. But one thing that has impressed me is as this coaching staff has recruited other players internationally. You've been part of that, and you've talked to them. What do you tell those young people that are considering coming here about MTSU and maybe some of the things that you've really enjoyed here that you tell some of those kids?
I'm just being honest with them and tell them the whole story, kind of, how I came here, how they reached for me. And it's, to be honest, even it's hard to get here, maybe sometimes, but it's like worth it. The whole program and whole coaching staff, the whole team, managers, everything here is all worth it because the way how it works here compared to other countries, I'm not going to say for all countries, obviously I can say for Russia, it's like just this program put everything in this team, like the whole soul, like in this basketball. So I would say worth it because here I open as a different style of player, and I'm telling them that because it's always worth a shot. Even if you don't like here or something, you always can come back. It's not like there's no way back or something. So it always was worth a try. Before I came here, I was always thinking about it, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't or something like that. But like I tried it, and I don't regret like any moment.
You recently had 18 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks against Louisiana Tech. That's a team that these Lady Raiders will see next week when they travel south to face the Lady Texers down in Ruston. And you enjoy traveling a lot. I know you've gone all over the country, found a bunch of different cities that you've enjoyed since you came here. That's one of your big off-season things you enjoy the most. Where have you been that really excited you the most, and what are you looking forward to going and seeing this summer?
To be honest, for me, most excitement is trips with basketball, not just like trips all over the country, because I see a lot while we're traveling. We don't have much free time for like go around and everything, but I see a lot. And for summer, I'm more excited just to like have like small break. No, it doesn't have to be some specific place, somewhere to go. It could be like, I don't know, go vacation or something like that. Could be just spend time with people around me, my friends and everything. So it doesn't really matter.
What's your favorite city that this team's traveled to over the last 2 years?
I would say probably Miami.
Miami. So you'll get a chance to visit there again this weekend. What about Miami excites you and has been one of your favorites so far?
I like the weather, especially the time we travel there is the kind of the perfect weather. And I also like big cities because I'm from the big city. I miss this. I miss big buildings. I miss the noise of the city and all stuff like that. So whenever we travel any big city, it gets me more excited.
Low 80s predicted this week when the team heads down south. I know you'll enjoy that alongside your teammates, without question. When you look back over the last couple of years, a lot of travel, a lot of great places you've gone, but what sticks out from a basketball standpoint as your favorite moment wearing this jersey so far?
I would say it's going to be no surprise for anybody. The probably favorite moment is the game against Toledo. It's probably one of the first times when I felt like the player that this team needs. Because before I know that I can do something good, I can do better and everything, but this game showed me how I can do it, and it's still not the best that I can reach. And I wish this end of the season, everything is gonna be as good as I can, and I'm gonna try to reach this level again.
Well, over the next couple of years, we expect many more big and exciting moments as this young lady continues to improve and reach her full potential. I don't think there's anybody that we're more excited to see continue to grow over the next couple of years. When we return, one of your teammates will join us, Courtney Whitson. We'll speak with her in just a couple moments on Rick Insell Live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Hey, basketball fans, this is Coach Insell, and I want to talk some trash. No, not about the game. I want to talk about litter problems on our roadways. Did you know that the Tennessee Department of Transportation spends over $23 million each year just to pick up the litter? There's over 100 million pieces of litter on our roadways at any given time, making our state unsightly and unsafe. Litter harms our highways, our waterways, even our wildlife. So let's do something about it. Don't litter. Remind others not to. And report littering when you see it. We can beat litter, but only if we're on the same team. Join the movement today. Visit NobodyTrashesTennessee.com.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, Chip Walters here. Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturdays from 10 to 4. Lightning's Locker Room is just across the street from Floyd Stadium at 1321 Greenland Drive. It has all the MT polos, hoodies, T-shirts, hats, and all the other game day gear you'll ever need. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or at Gate 2A on game days. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers.
You buy something because you found it at a low price, and soon you realize it's no bargain because you really needed something better. It happens all the time, especially with car insurance. But the good news is you can get the right coverage at the right price. Just talk to me, State Farm Agent Bud Morris. I'll help you get the right coverage at a price that's right for you. Call me at 893-1417 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
And now, some big news from WINN. The new February instant games from the Tennessee Lottery have arrived. Now, for some bigger news, there are 4 new exciting games to choose from. And now, for our biggest news yet, you could win a top prize of $5 million.
Make a break for fun today with February instant games, only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
The Blue Raiders play here. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Back at the Boulevard for another segment with one of our featured players here on Rick Insel Live. Next 2 weeks, we'll talk with our seniors, Alexis Whittington, Ksenia Malashka. And I think sometimes people ask, are you a senior because you've played so many minutes and so many games here? Courtney Whitson joins us here at the restaurant tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
A 6-foot junior from Kingsport, Tennessee, a 278-mile trek from Kingsport to Murfreesboro to play her collegiate career. 1,127 career points, one of 3 active players on this roster with over 1,000 career points to their credit. And in addition to that, 787 rebounds, a true warrior for this team throughout her career, ranks in the top 5 in program history in rebounds. Courtney, we were talking earlier today. You've played in 40 minutes 13 times this season. And in comparison, you lead Conference USA, in comparison to some other players, you lead Conference USA 37.4 minutes played per game. Only 4 players play over 33 minutes. What kind of mindset, attitude do you have to come in to be able to play that many minutes and be a leader during that time?
Yeah, I think it's just like the off-court preparation. So that starts in the summer, you know, in the weight room, preparing our minds, preparing our bodies. And especially like this, the work right before season, I have to really push myself in conditioning, so I make sure that I'm able to do that. You know, Coach always says, you know, you don't want breaks. I wouldn't have it any other way. So, yeah, I do whatever it takes for my basketball team. So,
is there anything you do between games to make sure you're prepared physically to be able to be ready to play that minute load?
Yeah, just really hydrate and make sure I'm putting the right things into my body, getting the treatment that I need and the recovery that I need. Especially, you know, it's my 4th year playing. I find now that I have to get even more treatment than I ever did, you know. So, yeah, just having the preparation.
Averaging 10 points, 8 rebounds per game, the only player in the league averaging those numbers at this point. Faith is a very important piece for you. I saw Diane Turnham, who's highly associated with the FCA here at MTSU. Just talk a little about the importance of that in your life.
Yeah, I say this, I'm pretty sure, every time I come up here. I'm a basketball player, but most importantly, I'm a woman of faith. FCA, I do that outside of basketball here. I'm actually going there after this. And, you know, it drives everything. It drives my relationships. It drives my future career. It drives what I do on the basketball court, how I interact with people. So, yeah, it's the biggest part of me.
We talked about so much play throughout your career. You started 139 games during your prep career at Dobbins Bennett High School, the all-time leading scorer in school history, 2,458 points, and there's a long list of accolades beyond that during your high school career. When you look back over the last couple of years at MTSU, what moments stick out as the ones that really have the most meaning to you?
Gosh, there's been so many. It feels like, I can't believe that I'm already playing my 4th season here. It's flown by. But probably, obviously winning a championship, making it into the NCAA tournament. Last year, our incredible run that we had in the NIT. There's been so many memories. But I think the biggest part of me is just like the electric feel in the Murphy Center. And obviously the support from our fans. Even not playing this week and sitting on the bench, just the Western game, like it just felt so alive. And that's one of the reasons why I chose to come here, is just because of the electricity in the Murphy Center. So, yeah.
I believe Jada, Alexis, and yourself are the 3 that have played an NCAA tournament game. That experience and that history for you, what do you draw from that you try to provide to these other players on the team now that are trying to achieve that for the first time?
Yeah, we have a lot of goals. But I think, and obviously when we went to the NCAA tournament, it was during COVID, so it was so different. So I really want to get back and experience that again. But one step at a time, not looking too far ahead, and just having the right mindset. Our coaches talk about all the time that we're playing for something bigger than everyone we face. So just keeping that mindset, making sure my teammates see that focus in me. So
playing for something bigger is also life beyond basketball. What does that look like for you?
Yeah. Playing, obviously, like I said, for my faith, for other people, for my teammates, for my family. But we have goals that we want to accomplish this year. And, obviously we've had a lot of adversity. So I told my teammates, we got to face adversity in the face. And then the next week I go down with an ankle. And so basically if I'm going to talk to my team, I got to be able to walk the walk. So just getting where we need to be and having the right mindset. So.
Off the court as the next 12 to 14 months occur, what does life beyond basketball look like off the court for you?
Well, actually, that switched drastically this semester. I was doing student teaching last semester, and I decided to go ahead and graduate this semester just with an English degree and finish my coaching minor so I can hopefully get my foot in the door at the college level in coaching and see where that takes me. But, yeah, so I'm going to come back for a 5th year, and that way I don't have to do a lot of student teaching and just focus on my last year of basketball. So we're going to see where the Lord leads.
A coach on the court for sure with over 1,127 career points. Courtney Whitson, everybody. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We've got 2 more seniors coming up over the next couple of weeks as we close out the season here on Rick Insell Live. Dick will be back in just a couple moments here on Rick Insell Live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity can be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and a proud partner of Middle Tennessee State University Athletics, because the difference is integrity and always in the detail.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
At Kroger, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Simply the best.
the flagship station for Blue Raider sports, WGNS.
And welcome back into Rick Hensel Live, our final segment here on this Monday night from our good friends at the Boulevard Bar and Grill. We do want to remind you that Bud Light is a proud sponsor of MTSU Athletics and one of our fine sponsors here on the show. And we appreciate the questions. If you have any late questions you'd like to send up here, we're just about ready to get into that. So, Coach, I'm going to turn it over to you on the questions.
The first one, what are the parameters for appealing a call on the court? There are several I'd like to have appealed. Is it based on the type of call or just coach's choice? Well, you got two different situations there. If they're in the arc, you can appeal that. If you lose it, you lose a timeout. But most of your officials, when you go talk to them and you ask them to look at it, they'll look at it and see, especially if one of the young ladies get hit in the face or above the shoulders. Right. Our group is pretty good about that. I mean, I don't act like I'm friends at times with them, but I'm friends with nearly every one of them, and they'll go and look at it. I may get away with a little bit more than some of them, to be honest with you. When recruiting, does classification mean a lot? No, doesn't mean anything. I came from a small school, and I saw, we got a young lady sitting over here right to my right. We could have played Division I basketball if it had scholarships in Vicky Todd. But, no, classification don't mean anything. I look to see if that kid's hard-nosed. She comes from a championship program. She knows how to win. What kind of attitude she's got. Is she a good teammate? I look at all that stuff. And I think Matt is the best recruiter in the country, bar none. And he's got a group with him with Kim Bruton is right there beside him, Nina Davis right beside her, and Tom Hodges right beside. So we're very fortunate here at Middle Tennessee. Those guys know what they're looking for, and they recruit to our system.
We've had a lot of great kids come out of Class A and AA.
Blake and Leonard come out of Single A. Look what we did. I can go on and on and on. Buddy Woodson said, I appreciate the coaches for dressing professional for the games. My wife and basically said you need to respect the game. I don't care if the rest of them are going to wear sweat tops. The game of basketball was meant to be respected by the coaches. You're going to wear a sports coat or a suit. She's in charge.
She didn't include a tie in that, did she?
She did include a tie, but I usually slide out of the house before I put one on. Let's leave it at that. But my coaches, they look professional every night, and I'm proud of them. How did you get the team to regroup after losing two straight? I'm going to go right back. I'm very fortunate that I've got people around us that go out and talk to our different players. And, you got to forget it. You got to forget it and go on. I mean, the sun came up the next morning. Most all of us went to church. If we didn't go to church, we were watching it virtual. It's a game. We all like to win. Everybody sitting in here likes to win. But our job is to educate these young ladies and give them a chance to have a career and use the game of basketball to teach them that life is not fair. There's days it's not going to work out right, and you still got to get up and you got to go to work. And that's kind of what our group back there teaches, and the kids buy into it. We were all hurt. I said this before tonight. The coaches were hurt, our players were hurt, and our fan base, which is sitting right here, y'all were hurt. But we came back and won 2 big games, and let's go get them.
What was it you said in the press room? They thought we were dead?
Thought we were dead, but they just woke us up. You don't need to jerk on Superman's cake. You don't need to spit in the wind. You don't need to unmask the Long Ranger, and you damn sure don't need to mess with the Lady Raiders.
I like that, Coach.
Excuse my language, y'all.
All right, we're going to Florida this week. That trip is we've been doing that for what? As long as I can remember.
18 years.
2 different conferences, and it's never an easy trip. Those teams
they're well coached. They're better than they've been in the past. And one of them is leaving, going to the American Conference. FIU staying with us. But our kids know that we've got our hands full, and we're already working. We had a tough practice today. We'll come back in tomorrow and get after it again Wednesday, and be ready to play on Thursday.
That's FAU. It will be in Boca Raton on Thursday, and they do have a winning record at home. They're 9-3 in their home court, and of course, I think their men's team has kind of got the whole community excited down there because they're having such a great year. But the women's team's having a pretty good year too.
Well, I was looking at our list today. We've got maybe 15, 20, maybe 30 people that are going down, so we won't be down there by ourselves.
No. Always have
I know, I know Lisa and them's going down. Lisa Beatty, they're going. Greg. So, Greg could take, he's a little bitty guy, but he fills shoes for about 5 people. So when he gets to yelling, I don't have to yell much.
So you're not saying he's rather loud in the stands, are you?
I don't want him there if he's not loud. I like our fans to be loud.
All right, now, both of these Florida teams played us very tough at home. I mean, it was two what I call very gritty games that we just had to tough out to win.
They did.
And it's going to be even more like that when they play on their own court.
Dick, we're trying to win a championship. We're not trying to get one gifted to us. So if we're not ready to play down there, then that's our fault. We got to go down and win those games is the bottom line.
And then we have only 2 games left at home. I think we got to make one of those one-game trips.
Go to La Tech.
Yeah, when we come back. And that's never an easy place to
play.
Well,
we'll fly in out there on a Friday and come back. I don't know I think we're coming back Saturday night, so it'll be a short trip. It's not like going for 3 or 4 days. But we could have chartered that, but, Chris allows us to charter if we need to. We decided not to. We get a commercial flight and fly on out Friday and fly back Saturday night.
All right, then we'll have our final 2 home games. We'll have senior night and all that.
I think the last game is the next level club day too, and also bringing back in our legends. And, that'll be a packed house in there that afternoon.
All right. Now, don't forget tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Oh, I didn't know what you're talking about, Dick.
If you forget, you will know.
My wife and me, we've had Valentine's Day for the last 2 months.
What you're saying is you've been very close.
I'm telling you. And, deservingly so, because she takes care of me, and my part is to take care of her, and I've done the best I can do, I'll promise you.
Good to see her back at the ball games, too.
Love her to death.
Yep. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Chip is standing by with Coach McDevitt. That'll be coming up next. Our producer back at the studio has been Connor Haynes, and our producer on Facebook Live has been Drew Strauss. We'd like to thank all of you for coming out. Remember, we'll be on the air with basketball on our network 5:30 on Thursday for the Raiders and FAU. Thank you, Coach. Let's have a good trip.
Thank you, Dick. Thank you. Thank Robert.
Rick Hensel Live, and we'll be back with you next week at the same time on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
This has been Rick Insell Live, presented by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Our coverage is also brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Blue Raider Network.
Don't miss a moment of the excitement of Middle Tennessee men's and women's basketball. You'll want to be part of the Murphy Center Madness. Single game tickets are on sale now by going to GoBlueRaiders.com/tickets. Watch every second of Blue Raider men's and women's basketball in the Glass House. Head to GoBlueRaiders.com/tickets.
Middle Tennessee, our town, our team.
The flagship station for Blue Raider sports. News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here. on the Blue Raider Network. From Learfield, welcome to Nick McDevitt Live. Blue Raider basketball is presented by Bud Light. It's for the fans. Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. And by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Welcome in to Sam's Sports Grill on this Monday night. Glad to have you with us as we work our way toward the middle of February, and that will be coming up tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And Blue Raiders are back at home now for 3 straight home games, the final 3 home games of the season. We are live at the Boulevard, which is just across from campus at the corner of East Main and Middle Tennessee Boulevard, our favorite sports bar and grill in Murfreesboro. Stop by today, and again, thanks for everyone who is out tonight. And this pre-Valentine's night, we're going to be having some Valentine's stuff later on in the show tonight, so stick around for that. And a little surprise for you later on. Always have a little twist on this show, but Coach, we'll get to the business part of this during the first half hour and talk a little bit about the week that was, and it was not the greatest week that the old Blue Raiders have had, and work has already started to get that repaired.
Yeah, we just, anytime you don't win, you're always disappointed. I was more disappointed in how we lost than that we lost. You're playing a rival in Western Kentucky and a really tough team down in Birmingham and UAB, and I just, we've been scoring the ball better, and our shooting percentages are going up, and the other night we scored 89 points at Western Kentucky. That's usually enough to win kind of going away, and we lost. And, we just haven't been defending over the last couple of weeks like we were earlier in the year, and it's almost like the scoring has become easier, and so the defensive stops didn't seem to be quite at the same premium as they were. When you're scoring 65, 67, you got to really sit down and guard and get a lot of stops to win that game. And we weren't shooting the ball well earlier in the year. And so now that the offense, I shouldn't say, has come easier, but we are shooting it better.
Percentages are going up.
Percentages going up.
Free throw percentages going up. 3-point percentages going up.
We're one of the best 3-point shooting teams in Conference USA in league play alone. We're a good free throw shooting team when you look at our numbers just in league play. But we haven't been defending the way we've got to, particularly to win on the road against really good teams. And there's a lot of talent on our roster. There's a lot of talent on the other rosters too.
Yeah.
Western's got really good players. UAB's got some really good players, and you're on their court. You're going to have to ramp it up. We'd beaten Western 3 times in a row. They're going to come in with a little fire in their belly. Then you go to UAB and we beat them by 1 point here. They're going to come in with a little fire in their belly. They just lost 2 nights earlier in double overtime against North Texas, so they probably got a bad taste in their mouth. So you got to know how much energy and effort and discipline and zest you've got to play the game in order to win highly contested games on the road, and we just didn't do that. And I was that's my fault. I got to do a better job of getting that out of them. And we got back to work today, and today was one of our better practices in a while. And hopefully that continues throughout the rest of the year, because that's what it's going to take to give ourselves a chance to win down in Frisco. Every game is important in the league standings, and if you're going to try to win, you're not going to go, in my opinion, just shoot yourself to a trophy down in Frisco. It's a big football dome area. You watch shooting percentages usually aren't that high. It takes a day or two to get yourself acclimated to that different arena that you're playing in. And I don't want to go home because we don't shoot it well. I want to be able to shoot it poorly and still advance because of the way we defend and rebound.
Yeah, and on your post-game show Saturday, everything you talked about that was an issue was on the defensive side of the ball. and that reflected in your practice today of what was a priority.
Yeah, it's you know, we didn't have a hard time scoring the ball up at Western, and you know, even though we didn't score 100 points down at UAB. You know, when you're scoring in the upper 60s, you should have a chance to win the game. That doesn't mean that you're going to, but, you know, you might lose the game 71-69. But, you know, we didn't give ourselves a chance to win that game because of the way we guarded. And, you know, sometimes you can start developing some bad habits until somebody points them out. You don't know that you've developed a habit. And, you know, something as simple as, you know, I see a couple of folks out in the audience that have their arms crossed. Now all of a sudden cross your arms the other way. And you have to think about it for just a second. On like you just get in a habit, you cross them the same way all the time. Now it feels goofy when you do it the other way. Well, it's because you cross your arms every day. A lot of people do. You put your pants on the same way. At least I do. I put my left foot in first every time.
I thought you jumped in with both legs at the same time.
If I put my pants on with my right leg first, it feels funny to me.
Yeah.
Well, my point is, I was a basketball player at this level. Well, you're playing ball every day, and so at least you should be. And so when you're playing ball every day, you're developing habits, and some of them you may not even know you're developing them until somebody points out, like, you are no longer doing this well. Don't develop a bad habit that you don't even recognize that you have. And it's something as simple, like I'm saying, crossing your arms and the way you put your pants on becomes a habit. Well, the way you talk on defense, the way the zest that you play with, the way you box out, the way you pass the ball, it becomes a habit. And good habits are hard to break, and bad habits are hard to break.
Yep. Now that we're within 5 games of the end of the regular season, 3 at home, 2 on the road, next 3 in a row at home. You guys, we talked about those offensive numbers that have gone up. What do you put your finger on? Is it just repetitive motion, doing it over and over again? I know you guys use some pretty sophisticated metrics to know where your points are coming from and how you're getting points, and I'm sure that works on defense as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just has to do with shot selection. You know, if you're a pretty good shooter, your shooting percentages are going to be pretty good if you're taking good shots, and they're going to be not so good if you're shooting poor shots, and that's not always on the guy that shoots it. You know, sometimes it's because you've got a dead or stagnant offensive possession, and then somebody's got the ball in their hands when the shot clocks get going low, and you end up shooting a forced shot. And now that our offense is flowing a little better, we're playing out in transition more, and our points per possession when we're out in transition are really, really high. Well, in order to get out and play in transition, you can't take the ball out of the net all the time. You know, you need to get a defensive stop and get out and go. You can't play out in the open floor and in transition when the other team is scoring. And so it's our bet when we are playing good defense, it is kind of the first step to our offensive possession. And when we were really shooting it well, most of the times it was because of the way we were guarding.
Yeah.
And now that I think we're playing with a little bit more confidence offensively, and unfortunately we took a step back on Thursday and Saturday with the way we've guarded, and that's just not who we've been for a while now. Dayton, all the way through last year and all this year. So we just got to get back to it.
Yeah, when you were at your best this year, you guys were giving up in the low 60s. This past weekend, you gave up 89 and 92, and you have to be almost perfect offensively if that's what the opposition's going to get. But we've seen this team defensively be able to lock down and hold people down.
Well, think about just Western alone. Over the last 2 years, we've played them 4 times, twice at our place, twice at their place. At our place, we've won them both. 69-52 last year and 65-60 this year. Our 2 games over the last 2 years up there, it's 93-89 and 93-85. And we split those. That doesn't mean we can't win a game like that, but generally speaking, that is the way Western plays. If you're going to play in that kind of game 10 times, it's probably going to be 5 games to 5. the way we guarded here last year, the way we guarded here this year against them, you win them both. You just want to play the way that you're going to win the most games. And for us, it's really, hanging our hat on the way we get after people and guard and rebound and get out and play in transition. And, otherwise it's a coin toss. The nights you shoot the cover off of it, you're going to have a chance to win. And the nights you don't, you're going to go home not feeling very well.
Yep. We'll dive into the Western Kentucky game after the break. Want to remind you that our first segment brought to you by the Murfreesboro Post, Rutherford County's local newspaper. Subscriptions to the Murfreesboro Post are just $20 a year for 52 issues. Visit online at murfreesboropost.com today. More with Coach Nick McDevitt after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
For close to a century, doctors and care teams at Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford have been dedicated to delivering compassionate, personalized care to Rutherford County and surrounding communities. We are leading the way with new services and healthcare options, and we continue to make significant investments in Rutherford County. In 2023, we're opening Tennessee's first neighborhood hospital at West Lawn, and expansions at our Rutherford Hospital campus are underway. Find all the care you need at ascension.org/St. Thomas Rutherford.
Dazzling diamonds, royal rubies, elegant emeralds, and stunning sapphires. Now's the time to discover an exquisite variety of radiant, prize-winning jewels that are set to take your breath away. This gorgeous, one-of-a-kind display won't be found at the finest jewelry stores, but rather at your nearest Tennessee Lottery retailer with Jumbo Bucks Jewels Instant Games. Collect glistening top prizes of up to $300,000 and make every win sparkle. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
With the Kroger app, shopping online with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in-store. Same low prices, same personalized deals, same rewards on the same high-quality items like Honeycrisp apples and pasta sauce, with no hidden fees or markups. It's one small click for groceries, one big win for busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Put Lee Company on your team to keep you and your family warm this season. Their expert technicians can perform a 22-point inspection and tune-up to ensure your HVAC system is good no matter how cold it gets. Their expert technicians can perform a 22-point inspection and tune-up to ensure your HVAC system is good to go no matter how cold it gets. And while you're at it, ask them how to get endless hot water by installing an energy-efficient tankless water heater. Schedule your appointment today at leecompany.com or give them a call at 615-867-1000. Lee Company, all you need.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back to the Boulevard on this Monday night. Believe it or not, opening day for Blue Raider baseball is coming up Friday. We'll have the broadcast on the Blue Raider Network. Bob Jamieson will be over in Conway, South Carolina, as the Blue Raiders will take on VCU, Coastal Carolina, and Fairfield this weekend. Hard to believe. I mean, gosh, if we had today's weather,
it'd be great.
But I looked and saw Friday's forecast for here. 41 degrees.
And our softball team just got kicked off.
4-1.
I should say kicked off, but had a nice weekend. We've got to have some hitters that have a little power because I kept seeing we were hitting some home runs.
Yeah, at the Groundhog Day luncheons back in the day, I would, if I was fortunate to MC it, and Coach Pete was there, and I would say, well, Pete, here we are, the kickoff to baseball season. And Pete says,
that's
Chip,
football.
He said, Chip, there are no kickoffs in baseball. So, but it was always the first pitch, and Jerry and his staff did a great job the other day at this year's groundhog luncheon. Last Thursday night was the 144th meeting between Middle and Western Kentucky, and no, they are not the most common opponent that we have had.
It's Murray State.
It's Murray State that we have played more games against, but still a lot. And over the last, prior to Thursday, in the previous 21 games, Middle had had a 15-6 record against Western in the previous 21. Now it's 15-7, but still it is that 100 miles certainly gets people's attention. Western, we have seen starting to get themselves together. Their injuries they had gotten over. Coach Stansberry has been back for a couple of weeks now. And you look at their collection of talent and you go, uh-oh, it's that time of year.
Yeah, it's, they've always had a talented group going back year in and year out, but also this year. They were going through some struggles. Obviously, anytime one of your starting players, go-to guys goes down mid-season like Luke Frampton did for them, now somebody's got to step in. And over the last couple of weeks, Dante Allen has been playing very good, very well. The week before we played him, he was the player of the week in CUSA. And then
averaged, 23 and a half
and
per
shot
game?
50% from three. And, he's a transfer from Kentucky, so he's a really good ball player. And, now all of a sudden he's getting his wind under him and his feet under him and learning his new role, and they got their coach back.
Well, and with Luke Frampton out, Dante Allen kind of stepped into that role as far as the three-point shooting, but he actually probably brings a little more to the table.
Yeah, he's a little bit more athletic than Luke is. I mean, Luke is a dead-eye shooter. I mean, he has a classic jump shot shooter's form. I mean, he can really shoot the ball. But Dante Allen is a really good shooter in his own right and can put the ball on the deck a little bit. They've just got a ton of size. And honestly, I thought it was the most impact that Sharp has had on the game when we've played them. I thought we had kind of, I shouldn't say negated him, but I just didn't feel
limited him.
Yeah, like our first game, he had 3 points. Dish seemed to have kind of a good feel on release points to be able to score on him. The other night, I thought was as active and as good as he's played. I think he had 11 points in the game, blocked 5 shots, probably altered more than another 10 at least. I mean, it's just he was impactful, and McKnight was terrific, particularly in the first half.
Yeah,
I think he had 24 in the first half, and we're trying to hold teams to that, and he got that by himself. He was the best player on the floor Thursday night.
They scored the first 5 points, and you were having to play catch up immediately, but you'd kind of gotten things stabilized a little bit in that final 3:38 of the first half. Things kind of went awry there.
They did, but honestly, at times in any game, there's going to be runs when you play as fast as they're willing to play and that we're willing to play. It's just, you want their runs to be for 2 minutes and not 4. You want your your runs to be 3 and 4 minutes, not 1 and 2. And you just got to be able to kind of be able to handle the run. And, I thought our guys continued kind of after the 16-minute mark. We settled down a little bit, got some turnovers, forced some turnovers in our diamond press, and it kind of jolted our team. And, 8-10 minutes later, we found ourselves with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, it was 70-54 Western, and then the next thing you know, it is 79-78 Middle. And that happened in a span of about 9 minutes.
Yep. Again, that's the run. You want your runs to be, over a longer stretch than your opponent. When your opponent goes on, whatever it is, a 10-2 run, it needs to be over a longer stretch, not just, running up on you in a hurry. So, anyway, some of that is just staying locked in, being mentally tough, knowing that you're on the road. They're on their home court. They're playing well. You can't stop and fold up shop, or it can get ugly. And our guys kept battling and got ourselves right back in it.
One of the tough things about this week, and including Western Kentucky, Eli Lawrence has had a really good week.
Man, he's had a couple really good weeks.
He really has, and it kind of got overshadowed this week and downplayed a bit.
Yeah, he's just been kind of a steady presence for us, and that's what you got to have from your upperclassmen.
21-7 at Western.
21-7. Did he end up with 16 at UAB?
He had 18 and 3.
And so, pretty daggum good week, averaging 19.5 points, 5 rebounds, went over the 1,000-point mark for his career.
Yep.
Become, just one of the only 35 players now in middle history.
In 100 years.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
It says a lot. I mean, there's been a lot of really good players that have come through this program, and now he adds his name to the list. And today's practice, we talked about this earlier. We had a good practice today in large part due to Eli Lawrence. There was a different feel at practice because of him. That was his best practice in a while. And that's not to say he's been a bum.
And younger guys are going to look to he and Dish.
They are. I mean, that's what any team does. Mm-hmm. You look to the guys that have been there and done that. The other guys, whether he's your leading scorer. He's been here 5 years, and he's the best player. So we're going to go as he goes, and he had a great day. And to me, that says a lot. That's encouraging and exciting to know we got 5 games left, and there's no we lost 2 games in a row. Well, our women lost 2 games in a row last week, and they came back and kicked Western's tail. And I guess I'm all right saying that. They beat them, and Courtney Winston doesn't play, and
they find a way.
Yeah. You can't pout about it, or else they'll start stacking up, and we can't do that either. FAU's a top 25 team in the country. You feel sorry for yourselves, and a team like that will smell the blood in the water and make you pay for it. So you better be ready to come out swinging. Championship boxers have been knocked down and knocked out and been beat. You better get your tail up off the mat.
Yep.
No, nobody in this league is going to feel sorry for us or anybody else.
Right.
We've won enough championships and put enough trophies up in that Murphy Center over there to where people are going to give us their best shot. That's just the way it is. That's what you want. And so you've got your head down and your head between your legs, and somebody's going to beat your teeth in.
Yep. Western wins at 93-89, and in 2 games between the two this year, the net difference in score, 1 point between the two this year.
I believe
it. Kind of the way that is. We'll take a timeout. More with Coach Nick McDevitt after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
MT Dining is eating made easy. With more than 19 dining locations, you'll never run out of variety on campus. Whether it's Chick-fil-A, Steak and Shake, or Starbucks, we've got the brands you love right here. Need a quick snack or Scantron? Stop by one of the 6 pods on campus. And try out MT Dining's new Farm to Fork experience. Farmers Market now open. Located in the Student Union. Visit mtdining.com for more information. Or visit our office in the Keithley University Center, room 202.
Blue Raider fans, with more local brews than ever before, you are sure to find a local favorite this season in the Blue Raider Beer Garden. Enjoy the thrill of the game at the Blue Raider Beer Garden and try our selection of brews from Cedar Glade Brews, Mayday Brewery, or Life is Brewing. All available for your tasting pleasure in the Blue Raider Beer Garden above Section D in the Murphy Center. Thank you, Cedar Glade Brews, Mayday Brewery, and Life is Brewing for your support of MTSU Athletics.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, Chip Walters here. Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturdays from 10 to 4. Lightning's Locker Room is just across the street from Floyd Stadium at 1321 Greenland Drive. It has all the MT polos, hoodies, T-shirts, hats, and all the other game day gear you'll ever need. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or at Gate 2A on game days. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back into the Boulevard as we talk Blue Raider basketball with Coach Nick McDevitt. Middle Tennessee, after playing at Western Kentucky on Thursday night, you change your travel up just a little bit, knowing that guys typically stay up late, and you guys bust it from Bowling Green down to Birmingham, and that way you actually ended up with more time for film and practice at more convenient times as well to get ready for the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, we just at some point you're going to have to make that drive.
Yeah,
and
somewhere.
And we just felt like, our guys aren't going to just go back to the hotel here, stay in Bowling Green and immediately go to bed. If they're going to be awake for a while, let's get on down to Birmingham, because stopping here since our women were in obviously hosting. And
UAB had to practice here.
UAB had to practice here. Our women had to practice here. We were going to end up having to get up early to watch film, and we just didn't feel like that was enough time off their legs after playing the night before. So by going on down, they got to sleep in just a little bit longer than normal, and we ended up practicing about 5 o'clock on Friday night. So it was a good trip as far as that. It worked out the way we hoped that it would in terms of just the logistics. It made a lot of sense.
And then UAB coming off a double overtime loss at North Texas. They came home, got ready, and then they had lost a game here in overtime, and on a shot that had to be looked at on the video monitor. And if I'm right, that was Brewer on that shot, wasn't it?
It was Brewer.
Ty Brewer?
But I think it was – I thought it was L.A., his
was
brother.
It Ladarius?
I think it was Ladarius.
Whichever one it was, I mean, he got so much lift that his jump –
made him hold on to the ball a little bit longer.
Made him hold on to the ball a little bit longer,
yeah.
and that was it. But on Saturday, Ty Brewer had just a huge game, got going early. Jordan Walker – didn't really get going until late in the ball game, but he had an effect, of course, and I thought the big guy
Trey
Jemison is he's as good a center as there is in the league,
and as good as I've seen in this league. Even from afar, he's just a big, strong mountain of a man. I mean, Jared Jones is big,
yes.
and Trey Jemison is noticeably bigger. He's just a big old boy, and he's just improved from his feel. His right hook is you're not going to block it. He's got good lift in it, and he is big and long.
And he made one on the baseline about 8 feet.
On that right block.
Yep.
That was an impressive looking shot.
And Kyle said on the radio at that point, well, he goes, if he's going to make that shot, because it was almost undefensible by as big as he is.
Yeah, he's a good player. Obviously, Walker's a good player. So is Gaines. They've got a really talented group. They're just so confident and good at home. They're just extremely difficult to beat there. It's hard to win. We've said this. It's hard to win on the road in this league. They've won 2 road games this season. But you look at that team
and you look at that and you go, how is that possible?
Man,
but they played. That was their 16th home game on Saturday.
And that's right.
Yeah,
they play a ton of home games. They're 15-1 at home. They've only played 7 road games all season. But they're 2-5 on the road. They're just different, and so is most everybody. You have to win your home games, and they are certainly a team that does that, because going down to North Texas or coming up here to Middle or going anywhere else in this league, it's hard to win, and we saw that. And our guys, they know that, and when you know that how hard it is to win, then how hard do you play has to match that. And we just didn't play with enough energy to beat a really good team like that on their home floor.
Yeah, they're going to be. There's a lot of teams in this league that are going to be tough to deal with. down in Texas. So get your tickets and be ready for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We were looking at it. I mean, the other day, if the season ended today, this would be this matchup. This would be the 7-10. This could be the 8-9. This would, you're the 4 seed and play, and here's the 4-5 game, and it didn't matter which one you were looking at. Like, holy moly, that's a tough draw right there.
It's going to be a tough road for anybody who goes down there.
Yeah, you're the 3 seed getting ready to play the winner of the 7-10. Or I guess you play the winner of the 6-11. Like, good Lord, there's some tough ones, but they're all hard.
Yep. Here's a look at the standings real quick. Florida Atlantic, who will be here Thursday night, 6 o'clock. It's a CBS Sports Network game. We need a big crowd there. 14-1.
14-1 in the league, and what are they, 23-2 overall?
Yep. Only loss was at UAB. North Texas is 12-3. UAB now 9-6. Middle in 4th spot right now, 8-7. You got the tiebreaker over Rice, who is at 7-7. Then in 5th place. Then right now, FIU has worked their way up to 6th. They're 7-8. Western Kentucky 6-8. Louisiana Tech 6-8. Charlotte 5-9. UTEP 5-9, and UTSA is 1-14. It's going to be a battle down there.
They always are.
It is indeed. All right, it's about halftime, and we've got a special guest tonight. Rashad Richardson and his wife Brittany are going to join us here on the up at the table, and we're going to find out a little bit more about one of the newest members of our staff coming up next here on Nick McDevitt Live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Hi, we're RJ Young. We offer technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment, and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
I've always wanted to go on a tour of the West Coast. No rush, just take it all in, one view at a time.
We all have things we hope to do someday. At Ascend, we offer great rates and share our profits to help make your someday soon.
Oh, and you better believe I'm renting a convertible.
Ascend Federal Credit Union. Open your account today.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
Hey basketball fans, this is Coach McDevitt, and I want to talk some trash. No, not about the game. I want to talk about the litter problem on our roadways. Did you know that the Tennessee Department of Transportation spends over $23 million every year just to pick up litter? There's over 100 million pieces of litter on our roadways at any given time, making our state unsightly and unsafe. Litter harms our highways, waterways, even our wildlife. So let's do something about it. Don't litter, remind others not to, and report littering when you see it. We can beat litter, but only if we're all on the same team. Join the movement today. Visit NobodyTrashesTennessee.com and go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 82 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown.
RoscoeBrown.com.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back to Nick McDevitt Live tonight as we come to you from the Boulevard. And couple of special guests. We're going to talk to Rashad for just a moment. Rashad Richardson is the Director of Operations for Blue Raider basketball and new to the staff this year. And Rashad, I have to lean on you an awful lot and you call me with questions and it's been fun this year. How have you come up for air every once in a while?
Oh yeah. First and foremost, I want to thank Nick McDevitt for even extending the opportunity for me to be the operations guy for the Middle Tennessee State men's basketball team. It is fun, but I mean, hey, no 2 days are the same, and I'm definitely thankful for the opportunity. Yep,
it is. Now, you played your college basketball at Georgia State.
Correct.
And you ended up back with Ron Hunter again down at Tulane. Talk about your relationship with him and how he's kind of developed you or helped develop you. Now you're getting new influences here.
Most definitely. Coach Hunter is definitely a pillar in my life, man. I mean, playing for him and helping build the culture at Georgia State was fun. And then going down to New Orleans the past 2 years, helping them build that culture at Tulane has been fun, too. And it's good to see that it's paying off with how they're doing this year.
Yeah. If I read right, you played in like 100 and some odd games.
Oh, yeah.
Are you the most? Did you play more games at Georgia State than anybody?
Yeah, me and my teammate Devontae White, we came in together as freshmen, and we played roughly close to 80 games, if I remember correctly. So it was pretty much up there.
Were you on the team at Georgia State when he fell off the bench and broke his leg?
No, I was a fan in the crowd that day.
Okay.
I was a fan in the crowd that day.
That was a moment, though, wasn't it?
Oh, man, one of the best moments ever.
It was. Now, talk a little bit about what it was that intrigued you about the position at middle.
The opportunity to grow. My relationship with Wes Long goes so far back. Coach Wes Long coached my younger brother, Trey McClain, at two schools, first at Queens and then UT Chattanooga. So the opportunity to work with Wes has been always like a dream of mine, and then working with Coach McDevitt as well.
Yeah, and this you inherit, come in with a group that, for the most part, a fairly veteran group that knows their way around, and you come into a different league to where, I mean, you were used to being in the American, and you knew that travel. Now you come into Conference USA, and it's all just a little bit different.
Yeah, it starts off because now I'm like helping lead it, like being an operations guy. Like I was always kind of in the back seat, just going with the flow, but now I'm at the head with Coach McDevitt, making decisions on how we travel and where we stay, and mostly, importantly, how these guys eat, because we got some big dudes. Yeah,
you do. You absolutely do. What's the best part of your job? What's the worst part of your job?
The best part of my job, obviously, is when things go smooth. And,
that's right.
And the worst part of my job, my guy Christian Fussell, man. Christian Fussell, if his meal isn't right, he gets on me, man.
Does he really?
Oh, man. He's the loudest guy in the room.
So he's picky.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you who's not, is DeAndre Dishman. I've never seen anybody eat like that guy eats. We went to a Brazilian steakhouse last year in Frisco, and everybody was on the bus ready to go, and Dish was having one more serving. So it was pretty incredible. Well, one of the greatest things that you have done in your career is right here, and that is Miss Brittany. And Miss Brittany, how are you doing?
I'm doing great tonight.
So tell folks about you a little bit.
Yeah, so I was born in New Jersey, but I was raised in Marietta, Georgia.
Yep.
Lived there my whole life. Recently bought a house in Marietta about 2 years ago, and we got married in May.
Of last year.
Yeah.
Yes, May of 2022, and then I think 2 weeks later, Rashad was in Murfreesboro, and I came to follow behind. Yeah.
So we're glad you're here. And so last year on this show, on this day, we had Nick and Lauren up here playing the newlywed game. So Connor, hit the music. Are you going to hit it? There it is. The newlywed game music. So we actually have newlyweds this year, not people who were married for 10 years like we did last year. So we have pen and paper, and we have just a few questions we're going to ask and see how well you guys know each other. Okay. So I'm going to ask the question. You're going to write down your answer. Okay, question number one. Put the number one there. Your spouse takes your hand and pulls you to the dance floor, and they say that the DJ is playing your song. What is that song? So write down what that song is.
Are you writing already?
He's writing already.
Oh,
He knows. He has a quick answer here.
Oh, man.
What is your song? Okay, I see an answer going there. Are you good, Rashad?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Speaking of the spouse and grabbing, your spouse says grab them a treat from the convenience store on the way home. What is Rashad asking for? What is Brittany asking for?
Okay.
So that's what the treats are. So how long did you all date before you married?
So we dated like 5 to 6 years. We were
Wow, really?
creeping up on the 6-year mark before we got married.
Wow, tomorrow being Valentine's Day, that'll be very special, as we call it in my household, Single Awareness Day, so that's tomorrow. Okay, you obviously, over those 5 or 6 years, you had some really good dates.
Yes.
What was the worst date?
Ooh, I already know what Rashad is going to put.
See, that's what's fun about this. So, what was the worst date? Okay, we know that. Okay, the next question is, when you first went to a movie theater, what was the first movie in a theater that you watched? Not Netflix. So what was the first movie you watched together in a theater? Okay, that's 4 questions. We're going to go 2 more.
Okay.
Which of you is most likely to forget a birthday or an anniversary?
Ooh.
So who is more likely there? And number 12, since we are in the season of love, which of you is most likely to do something romantic just because? Is it going to be Rashad? Is it going to be Brittany? We will see. All right, we've got 6 questions. We're going to go back now, check their answers. Okay, back to the top. Brittany, ladies first here. Your spouse takes your hand, pulls you to the dance floor, and the DJ is playing your song. What is that song?
Okay, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
But I put Earth, Wind, and Fire, September. I know that's our jam.
Well, if he won't dance with you to that, I will.
Thank you.
So, what is it?
Work by Rihanna.
Ooh, that's a good one, too.
Okay, all right. How did you like Rihanna in the Super Bowl?
That was a pretty good performance.
Yeah, she was great.
Good performance.
Yeah, that and I tell you, the hip hop last year was really, really, really good too. Okay, number 2. Y'all did okay there, but not a match.
Okay.
Your spouse asked you to grab them a treat from the convenience store on the way home. What do you buy for them? What would Rashad ask for?
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What would Brittany ask for?
Snyder pretzels.
Snyder pretzels.
Yes.
Peanut butter filled or not?
No, just regular, original.
Okay. So y'all are plus there. 2 pluses on that. Very good. You've had, obviously, since you dated for 5 years, a lot of good dates. What was the worst date? Brittany?
I would say our first date. We went to Prickly Pear, and I unfortunately was very late.
Late. And he hung around, though.
40 minutes.
That may be a bad date, but that's a good sign. So
he stuck around.
So Prickly Pear, what do you say was the worst date?
That same one, the first one.
Same one?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I have to know, how did you recover from that? Was it you being suave or her being sweet?
I would say a combination of both. Because it's funny because
did somebody set y'all up?
Well, yeah, my cousin went to college at Charleston with her, and we met through him, through my cousin. So, but yeah, the first date is hilarious because I was sitting there for 40 minutes. Like,
oh my gosh.
The waiter kept coming back saying, "You sure she's coming?" I was like, "Yeah."
All right. What was the first movie you watched in a theater, Brittany?
Okay, this is tough to remember, but I think it was Hunger Games, and he immediately fell asleep.
A perfect romantic movie. Hunger Games. What do you say?
I thought it was The Purge, the 4th of July one.
I don't know. I don't think so.
None of those are romantic movies at all. But
neither.
Okay. All right. Which of you is most likely to forget a birthday or anniversary?
I put myself. I'm pretty bad.
You fell on the sword on that one. What do you think?
Brittany.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, you matched. That's good. Okay, which of you is most likely to do something romantic just because?
I put myself.
Okay, and?
Brittany, yeah.
All right. Hey, well, on the important questions there at the end, you both came up excellent. So give them a nice round of applause for being great sports. Great to have you here. We've got a couple more road trips to go, so I know everything's going to go perfectly smooth on those. I have all the faith in you, Rashad.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break. Coach will be back with me right after this. You're listening to Nick McDevitt live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Gaming Hall Kentucky Downs is a proud partner of your Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. For good times and big wins, the Raiders and the Mint Gaming Hall deliver both. Located close by in Franklin, Kentucky, the Mint Gaming Hall is your spot for great food, cold drinks, and big jackpots. Ready for dinner? The all-new Iron Steakhouse awaits you. Come hungry and be prepared to be impressed. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Get your big hit today.
Hey basketball fans, this is Coach McDevitt. It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and a proud partner of MTSU Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
You buy something because you found it at a low price, and soon you realize it's no bargain because you really needed something better. It happens all the time, especially with car insurance. But the good news is you can get the right coverage at the right price. Just talk to me, State Farm Agent Bud Morris. I'll help you get the right coverage at a price that's right for you. Call me at 893-1417 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
Whether you go online or go in person, City Auto in Murfreesboro is where you go to see a gazillion cars and choose the one that's right for you. And there's no better time to go than now because we have a bigger, brand new facility. It's the easy, comfortable, convenient way to find what you're looking for. Remember, cityauto.com is where you go to find your car online. And the all-new City Auto campus in Murfreesboro is where you go to see it in person. Go now, and we'll see you there.
At Kroger, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Simply the best.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
All right, welcome back in to Nick McDevitt Live on this Monday night. Blue Raiders are at home this weekend on Thursday to take on FAU, 6 o'clock game there, and on Saturday afternoon at 5 to take on FIU. And Lauren McDevitt has joined us. You have an event coming up before the game on Thursday night, and so this is going to be fun. It's something brand new and something you've had your mind on for a while.
It is. It's called Hoops and Heels. We're doing a little ladies' night before Nick's game on Thursday at 4 o'clock. It is something I've wanted to do for a long time. I've been fortunate enough to make friendships with a lot of other coaches' wives around the country, and they do a similar event at their schools. But a lot of them do it where it's more like a coach's clinic, like a basketball 101. And I don't want to get out there with my husband and try to play against him. I think the women that we have that are coming know enough about basketball. I just want to get them together and have a good time before Nick's game on Thursday.
All right, what are the particulars? And it's not you've got one more day, or at least half a day tomorrow.
To RSVP. We're
for
trying
Thursday
to get everybody
night.
done by tomorrow.
And this event goes from what time?
It'll
4
be
to 6?
4 to right before the game starts, 5:45. I like to be in my seat by a certain time so I can see, the starting lineup. I got to have my kids ready to go by the time the ball tips. But, it'll be about an hour and a half. We've got Domenico's doing some charcuterie boards. We'll have some wine. We'll have some desserts. And just a good time to mingle and get to know the ladies around men's basketball at MTSU. We've got Brittany will be there, and we've got some local women's leaders, members of the BRAA and season ticket holders, and then some of my friends. So it'll be a good time to get everybody together.
Yep, that'll be Thursday night, 4 o'clock. Where do they need to call to reserve?
They need to RSVP to Chelsea Floyd. That's chelsea.floyd@mtsu.edu. She is in charge of all of the particulars.
So this will be the first. It'll be the
It'll
inaugural.
be the first, and hopefully the first of many.
Hope so. Well, Coach, Lauren had 2 requests today. One was to come on and be part of this, and she said, can I please ask Nick the questions tonight? So Lauren is in charge. I wrote the questions, so
He wrote the questions. I'm just reading them.
So I'm taking care of you here. Lauren has the questions. So go ahead. It's 5 random questions.
5 random questions. This is my favorite segment every week, so I'm so glad that I get to do it. I just love it. Okay, question number 1. National Clean Out Your Computer Day is today. Is your inbox a mess?
My inbox for my email?
Yes.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Okay.
And tomorrow is National Organ Donor Day.
Yes.
So donatelifetennessee.org.
DonateLifeTN.org. From somebody who has benefited from that. Remember, tomorrow is Organ Donation Day.
Very
My
important.
inbox is 3 digits. It's not. There's not a comma.
Mine has a comma.
Yours has a comma.
Yeah, so.
And they're all in red, aren't they?
Excuse me?
They're all in red.
What?
Your emails.
No.
Okay, number 2. This or that, Backstreet Boys or New Kids on the Block?
Backstreet Boys.
What's your favorite Backstreet
Hers
Boys
is New
tune?
Kids on the Block.
No, mine would be a third that's not mentioned with NSYNC.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, number 3.
Have you ever eaten frog legs?
No, I don't think so.
You ain't country.
You never know. Sometimes you put it just about anything in some batter, and
you may have eaten them, you just may not know about it.
Yeah, that's right. I could have eaten
you go
it.
to a fish fry around here,
I'm
there's a
telling
chance you might get a frog leg in
Hey,
there
there's
somewhere.
some places you could put some white sauce or some Chick-fil-A sauce on just about anything, and it can taste good. So you never know.
Now, the next question, ironically, we were having this conversation earlier.
Number 4, did you ever collect baseball or basketball cards as a kid?
Both. Mostly baseball cards,
And
honestly.
they're in our garage.
Yes, there are thousands of them.
They
yes.
are.
But I was a baseball card collector growing up, and I've got a lot. I don't know how many.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And John's happy to know that.
And I've been trying to bring my cards for about 2 or 3 straight weeks and let him have a look at some of them and see what I got. I haven't gone through those things in a long time, but it was fun. It was fun collecting them growing up.
Everybody knows you're a race fan, so the final question has to do with this week's Daytona 500.
Give me 3 top 10 finishes in Sunday's Daytona 500 not named Chase Elliott.
Who follows anybody other than Chase?
Nobody in our house.
No. I don't know. I'll be interested to see how the duels go on Thursday. You got some old drivers on new teams and some newer drivers moving up. So see how the offseason went with some of those guys on Thursday's duels. But I know who I'm pulling for.
I know who you are, too. That was kind of a cop-out on the final answer.
Oh, come on.
But excellent job, Lauren, and appreciate it very much. We're going to take a timeout. That was 5 random questions. Final segment with the coach after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
At Tri-Green Equipment, they know the value of teamwork. They have the tractor packages with implements you need. Get started online at TriGreenEquipment.com and score a new John Deere tractor package at a comfortable, low monthly payment price. Tri-Green Equipment is a tried and true partner of MTSU Athletics. Go Blue!
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Welcome back into Nick McDevitt Live. Glad to have you here tonight. Final segment, and want to thank Rashad and Brittany for being good sports, and Lauren. Well, everybody support her event coming up on Thursday at 4 o'clock, and so it's a big week for you. She's got her event. You've got some major work coming up on Thursday night with Dusty May and the FAU Owls coming in here.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. They just don't beat themselves. You have to play 40 minutes of good, hard, disciplined ball. They've got a slew of guards that make shots and don't turn it over. And sounds simple, but they do it game in and game out. When you watch them on tape or see them in person, it's the same. It's like they're like machines, really. You just get the same team, whether they're ahead or behind. It's the same team, whether they're on the road or at home. And that's what good teams do. They find ways to play to their strengths and their style, and they don't get rattled. UAB got a hold of them at UAB, but UAB's really good and talented and played that way. And they took that loss, but that's one of two that they've had on the season. Dusty's done a great job with that group.
We mentioned FIU is now 13-13, 7-8 overall, and Jeremy Ballard's team. Jeremy Ballard is part of that VCU tree that plays that havoc defense, and it just completely junks up the game, but that's what they're trying to do.
They are trying to junk it up, and they're comfortable in that because that's the way they play every game. They're trying to get you in a foreign territory, play a game in a style that you're going to play it twice all year, and it's the two games you play against them, and they're going to play that way 30-some times. And when it's always harder when that's on the second, in my opinion, not just because both times are we playing them the second of the two games, but you've got one day to try to get your guys prepared for that style of play. And you played the night before against FAU, and now on a Friday you got some guys that their legs are a little sore because they played a lot of minutes against a good team the night before, and now to try to simulate a track meet up and down the floor, where you can't go simulate that for an hour and a half the day before a game, or else you've got no chance the next day. So trying to get your guys to understand how to approach that game and how chaotic it will seem at times, because they'll go on a 10-0 run, and in a minute you can respond with a 10-0 run of yourself just because of the chaos of the game. And you've got to just stay at it in those kind of games with teams like that.
And today was day one for the bounce back.
Yeah, really good day. It was our film session. Our guys were alert. They needed to be. They were. We needed a good day on the court, and we had it.
All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank everybody for being. Happy Valentine's Day to all the couples. Coming up tomorrow, Connor Haynes has been our studio producer tonight. We're going to get out of here, and we'll talk to you on Thursday night with Blue Raider basketball. This is the Blue Raider Network from Learfield. Good night.